up at 2 apiece.
So just going back to the system, Dan, and I will say it on air, you know, I have a lot of players complain that the system is wrong because they're on the slide and it isn't working for them anymore. They didn't complain when they were actually up there and they were being looked after. And they do get me listening to them. No, they don't.
100.
Well, it is cutthroat.
Well, Mark Webster came out with a great one last week at the Grand Prix. He said, I've got to thank the PDC for giving me the opportunity to jump straight back in once I started playing well. And that kind of set it up to me. You know, he had a bad couple of years, he was on the slide, he sorted himself out, got his form back, and the chances were there pretty quick to get back in the TV tournament. So, again, that proves to me that the system is never going to be 100% perfect. But I tell you what, if it's 90% perfect, we'll take that every day of the week.
I'm fascinated to see Mark Webster play. He's on the way this evening. He's up against James Wade, who's number 3 seed, as Mervyn looks to fill this up. 140. He was obviously great at the Grand Prix, and it was fantastic to see him playing well again. He looked pretty good in the first round here as well this weekend. I hesitate to say Webby's back. He's going to play like he did back when he first came over and he was beating Phil Taylor in the Worlds and all this sort of stuff. But I tell you what, the signs are very, very good, because if he does get back to anywhere near his top form, he is a very, very classy operator, Mark Webster, former world champion, of course. But again, he's left his head. Finished just over 100, and he's hit the 5 when he was down to the treble 20, and it may well cost Jeffrey Zwaan here.
Well, there's 2 darts to break the throw of Mervyn King, and now it's Mervyn that wants double 8, and double 8 it is. Mervyn is a classic of going different ways, but certainly I will not criticise the 25 with the first dart, because he took it out.
Well, that's it. I mean, with Merv as well, because he loves that area of the board, double 16, double 8 so much, he wants to leave that as much as possible.
That's why he does the 48 on the 80.
Yeah. Most players, 80 with 3 darts in their hand, they'll go 20-20 double top. Mervyn always goes treble 16 if he can.
96.
He has the lead, the defending champion, and he's throwing for a 4-2 lead.
100.
Well, it was sold out here this evening. 3,000 people. It is really great to see how it is growing throughout Europe.
95.
Every tournament being the same now, perhaps we'll start to spread it to some other countries.
Any in mind?
Nothing's been talked about, to be quite honest, but I'd love to see it move to countries where there's a big darts following. I mean, Hungary has a huge darts following. Something like 50,000 people are signed up to their darts supporters,
Facebook,
which is incredible. I know there's not a lot of money in places like Hungary, but do you know what? It ain't always about making a profit, it's about spreading the word.
Oh, I thought you'd be concentrating on getting some World Series events in like the Caribbean or someone like that. You had a word with Uncle Barry about that?
We are looking at places where we'd like to go. It's not all about us.
Yeah.
It is about the game.
Rod Harrington's Barbados Darts Masters.
Sounds quite good.
Well, of course, we are going to Rotterdam in the Premier League next year, and tickets for that sold out in what, hours?
48 minutes.
48 minutes.
160.
Wow. Mervyn King looking at 160 here. He has got 6 darts at it, so if he can just set it up, he'll be very happy. That's 80, so comes down for the treble 16.
96.
And of course, that's the downside. If you go that route, it may cost you a dart at a double.
Yes, and I wouldn't suggest any youngsters to go that way, because it has cost him a dart at a double. Admittedly, if he hits the treble 16 or the treble 8, then it hasn't. But now it has.
And it could prove crucial. But he is so good at double 16, Mervyn King. He believes it is worth the risk. And who is to argue with him?
He's the only one that I won't ever criticise on the area of the board, because he does do that so often. Give himself one dart at a double and finish it. But I have to say, if I see my son do that, I might be having a little strong word with him.
Mervyn looking to fill it up. Just the wrong side of the wire. Jeffrey Zwaan This is a must-win leg for him.
60.
Already seen his sponsor, Raymond van Barneveld, make it through to the final day of action. We will see Barney take on either Dave Chisnell or Joe Cullen.
140.
But Jeffrey de Zwaan has got to win 4 out of the last 5 legs to join RVB in the last 16.
135.
Well, he had 2 darts, didn't he, to take advantage and go ahead, and he missed them. Mervyn took advantage, and now Mervyn playing what we would probably say is a good pros game, just
47.
keeping in front, just wearing the young man down, and it does leave this young man in a position where his visit
50.
like that is not going to do any good whatsoever. At 213, minimum of a ton, perhaps take the 113 out, that's what you've got to look at, but leaving 163. And it's very unusual for a youngster to miscount as well. Very unusual.
Well, there's the 3. Well, he sets it up very, very nicely, but
123.
unfortunately it might be
Mervyn, you
too little too
require
late, because
45.
Mervyn will look at 13 for double 16. And he's
Game
not missing that
shot
little
to the
green bit. He had 1 dart,
Mervyn
missed at it in
King.
the first leg. I don't think he's missed it since, Mervyn King.
8 leg
The
Mervyn
14
to
darter, a
Ropers.
5-2 lead. 4
Game on.
consecutive legs for Merv, and now he's throwing for a place in the last 16.
Yes, a very solid performance from Mervyn.
Yeah, without being spectacular, yet it is a 180. That'll do.
That's the time to do it.
Yep.
You want 1 more leg, you're throwing first.
140.
Just little chorus of boos in the
97.
last year. Desperate for a 9 darter. I'm desperate for a 9 darter. I've seen all the Europeans over ages.
100.
I'm desperate for a sandwich and a chocolate bar, to be quite honest.
Yeah, well, when was the last time you had one of them? I bet it wasn't when Ross Smith hit a 9 darter in Gibraltar 2 years ago. It was more like 10 minutes ago.
12.
100.
Bit of a blocker. That's why he comes down to the 19s and just totting things up. And
39.
it mattered not, and it
That didn't
might
help, did it?
be.
Mervyn, you require
That might
124.
be that. Mervyn King, 124 left. Treble 16. What a way to finish. 6-2, Mervyn King, and the defending champion has put in a very solid display. 6 out of 9 on his doubles, 124 checkouts to wrap things up, and Jeffrey de Zwaan so close to perfection in the opening round, missing the double 12 for a 9 darter by a tiny fraction, but he just couldn't stick with Mervyn King as he moved through the gears in the latter stages of that one. The King continues the defence of his title tomorrow in the 3rd round in the afternoon session. Who he faces we don't know yet, but it's going to be a man in form, because it's either Mensur Suljovic, the man who made the semi-finals of the Grand Prix, or Michael van Gerwen, the world #1. Coming up now, the action continues with Justin Pipe and Steve Beaton here at the Glass for Last.
Mervyn, congratulations. That's a big talent, isn't he? Jeffrey de Zwaan, 19 years old.
Watching the future, he's going to be a big name in this game, seriously.
You've got good memories to Sindelfing, haven't you? 2 years ago, you reached the final and had this crucial point where you had 134 points left, I think, and then you had a miscounting and the final switch. And last year you could win the tournament.
I don't know about 2 years ago, but I very rarely miscount, so I don't know what you're on about. But last year I won it, yeah. So hopefully that'll carry on.
That's good. We'll see you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. Mervyn King. Vor 2 Jahren im Finale gegen Steve Beaton hatte der